in my craft room. She's got a little spot over here. And she wanted to say hi. Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts. And today I want to show you how to make some fun little tags using just stuff you can find around the house. So we got different things like tissue box covers, flyers, tags that you get off of clothes, different flyers that you get in the mail, some leftover holiday or whatever cardboard stock stuff, things you get in the mail, just all this kind of stuff. And then we can make some fun tags out of it. So please, if you could, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys will see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's go together. What we got is all this, and I put manila envelope on the back, is what I did for all of them. But you could do anything. You could do some dyed paper that you did, or just fun little different things. And then we added some fabric on the top, and then a little thread cluster right here, just a little bow. Okay. So let's get started. Which one do we want to do? This is just the top, from the top of a tissue box, which is a nice one. And then this is just a tag that came on like a belt. So that's a fun shape we can use. And this one came off another tissue box, just a different shape. So that could be fun to use. And then just something off a cardstock. Just something, you know, that comes in the mail. I mean, we could even use this on the back and cut it like that and use that on the back. That could be kind of fun. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just try some different things here. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my manila envelopes and stuff and some papers, and we'll get started. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the top of a tissue box, and then I just grabbed some stuff like this is just a little index card thing that has a little puppy on it, which is cute, and I dyed it with some avocado dye and then probably some RIT dye I splattered on it, which is just my stuff I use for my tie-dye. It's just RIT dye, and that's what I did with this too, is a stencil on it. And it didn't really turn out too good, but it looked good cut up and put on the back of a tag. And then just some paper bag leftover stuff when I was making some paper bag journals. So this is just leftovers, because that could be fun on the back of a tag, just for some journaling spots. And then just manila envelope. And I did the same thing. I just did some stenciling on them, like that. So this is just some scraps that we can use up. Some ideas. But it's nice just to look around and see what you have and just kind of go with that, you know? Like, let's just use up some stuff, you know? Okay. Okay, so this is a little longer. So, let's see. You can kind of see through that a little bit. But not really. I think it'd be kind of cool to see the barcode through it a little. Okay. So what I'm going to do is move some stuff out of the way. And I'm just going to do this. And this is a great project. You could just sit in front of the TV and, you know, put on your favorite show and just kind of just start gluing some stuff down. And using up your scraps and your stuff around the house that you're like, I'm not going to throw that out. That's nice. That's good stuff. You can do some things with this. So I'm just putting it down on the paper here. And I'm going to use that as the front. And I think I'm just going to keep this as the back. It's like, I don't mind that. This could be a great journaling spot too. And I think it looks just great. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a crafty day today. And finding stuff around the house that you could make into something spectacular and make some tags out of it. So I got some vintage photo and black soot. Those are what I'll be using today, just to ink around. And okay, I don't know why I do that, but I move my scissors around. Probably because I'm using them all over the place. Oh, I see them. Okay, let me go grab them real quick. Of course, I had them furthest across the room, so found them. Because I don't like to use my fabric scissors doing this. I just use my scissors that I don't really care. And I'm gonna make the little dip. Or you know what? I think we'll do that, but I think I'm just gonna cut it off in my cutter. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get our rounder. And let's just do a quick cut here. There we go. Let's do that, and then I'll just round off the corners like this. Let's do a rounded corner one. All right. Okay. And the ones I made yesterday, the ones I just showed you guys, I didn't do the sewing machine, but I think today I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and go ahead and just do a quick zigzag around it, just to give it something, a little something extra. So I'll go ahead and go do that real quick and we'll go from there. All right, so I went ahead and just did a little sewing around it. So it just kind of gives it a little something. Okay, and I just need to figure out which way this goes. I don't think it matters. I think I'll do it like that. Okay, and I'm gonna take my Crocodile, which has a 3/16 hole punch and 1/8 hole punches, and it does a eyelet on the front, eyelet setter. And we're just gonna go ahead and pop a hole in it at the top with the 3/16, like that. And I gotta make mine for some reason my eyelets that I bought are a little big for the hole, even though I got the 3/16 one. I'm gonna use this. So let's see. So I have to make like a kind of a go over a little bit to make it fit together better. You know what? Let's do, I like this color. Let's do that color. Okay, so you just pop it through and put the pokey part through the top, and then the flat disc through the bottom, and you squeeze. Easy as that. Okay. And then we're gonna take our fun little fabric or lace or ribbon or yarn, anything like that. And you could decorate like that. You could do a collage, a cluster, and do a cluster up top. You could do whatever you want. You could leave it with nothing if you want. So there's so many options. Okay, so I'm just taking it, and it doesn't need to be too long here. I'm just gonna do a double knot here. I don't like them too floppity, so I kind of do them so they poke up. Just do them a little shorter. There we go. Just do them at a little angle. And voila, one done. And we can ink it. So let's just go ahead and do some black soot. Probably should have inked it first, but either way, it doesn't matter. Inked it before we put the eyelet and stuff. But that's okay. You can do it however you want. So we're having cold days here in Oregon for us. It's like getting down to 20, I think like 27 is going to be tonight, which is pretty cold for us. And we got to make sure our heater's going and get some extra blankets out and just get nippy. I know, I can't wait for spring. Having spring fever here. On some nice days, we could just go out and go walk around, go swimming, do all the fun things in life. But I am enjoying crafting and being in the house and cozying up by the heater and making some cool things with you guys. So that's always fun. Okay. But I do like all the seasons. I really do. I enjoy them all. Because just so many different things to look forward to. We got that one done. So that's just out of a tissue, top of the tissue box. So done with that. And then, so it's just pretty much however you guys want to decorate them all. And this is just another, like a clothes tag, which are great to keep around. And then this is just a 6x6 cardstock. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same concept. So I do it in a time lapse. I'm just gonna go ahead and just glue it down and find a paper to do on top and cut it all out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so apparently I didn't record after I sewed it. Whoops. So I went ahead and sewn around it and inked it, put in the eyelet, and then I added this really cool like wool yarn at the top. It's really soft. It's like a soft, I don't even know if it's wool, but it's like a really soft, nice yarn, and it's kind of neat. So I put that at the top, like mole hair or something. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. So I put it up here and had it for a top part. So that's what I did on that one. And a fun thing we could do too is take a stamp. We could stamp in the back here. Let's see. Should we do the sunrise? Do a little sunrise. Let's do black. Make sure we're getting all of it. Okay. So you can stamp them like that. There. So that's fun. So you can do that. So that's another idea. Okay, so that one's done. Let's set these over to the side. Got two done. Okay. And let's see. What else do we got here? So we could go ahead and take just a cardstock. And this is a thick one, so that's nice. And we could go ahead and just make it into like a tag shape. So we can just keep it big. I kind of like it big, like that. So just kind of cut your corner, and then flip it, bring the other side over here, like that. And we're gonna cut it, oops. Just line her up. There we go. And the back is white, but I think we'll go ahead and cover it. It's got like a weird feeling to it. It's kind of like really soft and, oh, it's a weird feeling to it. Okay, so let's do that. And what are we gonna put on it? Let's see, will this fit on it? That would work. So I'll go ahead and just glue it down on it, cut it, put another piece of paper on the back, which I'll probably do, maybe just use up the rest of my paper here. I'll use that up. Put that on the back of it, do a sewing around it, and ink it, and we'll go from there. So I got the front and the back on it and did a little sewing around. And you don't have to sew. I'm just doing that just for interest and whatever. You just glue it and leave it. And instead of popping an eyelet in there, you could go ahead and take a piece of fabric or lace or whatever you have, paper, and we could just do this with it too. So I just did a little sewing on it just for funsies. And you could go like this. And I'm just using Fabrifix glue. Okay. Not gonna work, is it? I gotta poke it. There we go. So I'm just putting a little glue on this side of it, just down at the bottom here. And then putting it right in the middle, like that. And then just a little glue on this end. And popping it down like that. So that's another way to do it. You can have just a little fun tag at the top or a little lacy thing at the top. Okay, so you can do that. We can also incorporate some stickers in it. Let's see. What do we get here? We got some washi stickers. And I'm thinking the back here because the front's pretty decorated. So let's go ahead and we could do some on the back just to pop down some fun stickers. I think I have them all backwards here. Oh, there we go. So let's see, what do we get? Kind of like that one. Do we want to do mushroom, butterfly, plants? We got some plants happening. Plants, or I thought I saw some roses in here. Let's see. Well, that one's kind of pretty. That's a iris. Do a little iris on it. I think I'm gonna stick with the mushroom. Let's do mushroom. So you can go ahead and do a sticker if you want. Let's see. How easy is it to open? Oh, no, that's pretty easy. Cool. Yeah, so I just got these in the mail today, and I thought it'd be fun to play with them. So here, just down at the corner, and then there's still journaling space. So you could do that. Add a little bit of, oops, a little sticker. Yeah. So there we go. There's another idea. And let's see. Now I want to do a fabric. All right, let's move our stickers out of the way. So this is another topper to the little square Kleenex boxes. And then this one pops off. So this is pretty cool. So what I want to do is fabric. I want to show you guys how to do some fabric on it. So pretty much the same concept here. And that's the top, how I want to do it. So I'm debating if I want to keep the swoop at the top. Or we could try rounding it off. Decisions. I think let's just keep it. Just gives it a little something. There we go. And I will show you guys what I'm using. It's just Fabrifix glue, but I'll show you in case you don't know what that is. Let's see here. You can see where you want it. So let's just go like that. Let me grab it. It's right here. So this is just a Fabrifix glue. And this is what it looks like. And it's great for fabric, lace, leather, trims, and more. So it works great on everything. The only thing is with fabric, you got to make sure it doesn't bleed through, which it seems to do okay. You could take it in, you know, before you stick it down, you can finger, like if you put glue on, you can finger smush it down like that. And then add it. But I don't know, I don't like getting it all on my fingers because it's just, then I'm sticky. So I like to take it, let me cut this one out first and then I'll show you guys. But that seemed to work. It didn't go through. I don't see anything. So, because sometimes it'll just seep through it, you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut around this one. Just like that. There we go. I had the frogs chirping outside again today. They're just, and I moved from Alaska, right? So we don't have, and I was up there over 20 years. I grew up there. And we didn't have frogs. We didn't have any frogs doing the chirping or nothing. So when I came here, my husband was raised here in Oregon. So we came here and his family's here and stuff. And when I got here, I was hearing the frogs. And I'm like, oh man, they got to be huge. You know, let's go find one. And I remember I found one before. It was like on our porch. And they're just little tree frogs, which they're just tiny. They're just little guys. I'll have to get a film of one if I see it. They like to, we have our cardboard boxes, like, because we're out in the country, so we do a burn, you know, like once a year, or, you know, a couple times a year, and have a huge bonfire just to do, like, just old, you know, boxes and stuff that I'm not using for junk journals. And they, for some reason, they like to hide in the boxes that are out there. I don't know if it's just because it's like a little cave for them or something, but that's where I always find them. If I move something around, I'm like, oh, there's one. And they're just little guys. They're just little teeny little frogs. But they make the loudest, like, croaking sound. I'm thinking they're, like, huge. Big old frogs. Okay, so that's the front of it. So they just sit out there and croak. They're just like, burp, burp. Okay, so we got that. That turned out kind of cool. Now, for this part, I'm just going to do, this is just a linen skirt that I had, and that's why keep all your extra clothes that you think you don't need, and look at it as material, you know, and be like, what can I do with this? And this is a cool linen, and it's really nice, and it was like a floor length skirt that had buttons all the way down it. So I've used it on many journals, if you guys have seen through my videos, and it's great. I love the way it frays, and it's got a nice fray to it and everything. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys this. If you don't want to get your finger all smushy, you could just take your glue lid, you know, up at the top and just kind of smush it around like that. That's kind of what I do. Just because I don't want to get my finger just, you know, where it's just covered in glue, and it just drives me nuts for some reason. Okay, and then don't squeeze anymore, and you can just kind of just keep smushing it. Like that. Just give it a smush. So that's one way I could do it. I mean, I like to do it. Okay. And then just lightly just get it on there. There we go. All right. So this is one way to do it with fabric. And I just cut around it. All right. So yeah, all the nature is just totally different here. Instead of the big moose that we have, you know, in Alaska, you know, I've had it where I woke up in the morning to go to work and had to call in because I had a moose blocking me to get to my car. And I'm like, yep, I got a big old, you know, huge moose just right there. Can't get to my car. I don't have to wait. And then here, it's the deer. So, I mean, you just go outside and they go run. You know, they don't care. They're just like, they just go run off. And the scary thing is cougars. I mean, we got cougars here too. And they've been sighted. I mean, we're out in the country, but still, I mean, I see my neighbors are around and stuff. We're not like way out there. And yeah, I mean, there's a neighborhood just down the road and stuff, and there's been sightings of cougars, you know, and it's kind of scary. So like, oh geez, don't let, you know, I got my little dog Rudy and the kitty, and we have a fenced little area in the front here, but you know, we got like the 5 acres in the back and stuff, and it's kind of scary. There's a path to walk around back there, but I'm like, I don't want to go, you know, there's going to be a cougar. So you just got to be careful, you know. It's just different wilderness here, for sure. Okay, let's see. There we go. There, so that's the back. And that's the front. So that's kind of cool. And let's see, what can we do up here? I think, well, I'm gonna go sew it. Yep, I'm gonna do a sew around and do that. And I think I might do some stitching down it too. Some zigzag and then maybe some straight and some zigzag just to kind of decorate. And I'll come back and show you. All right, so I went ahead and sewn around it. I just did some funny, or some fun little decoration with the zigzag and straight stitch. And I want to show you guys something here. If you're afraid or thinking that your stitch is going to come unraveled, like if you didn't back stitch, I like to use this glue for this, for the art glitter glue. It works great. It dries really fast, so I like using this for this part. But like right here, that stitch may come undone. But if you take a little dab of glue here, just right at the end of the stitch, and just blot it in there, it won't go anywhere. There, and it'll dry. You won't see it. But it's a little tip and trick for you. So just do a little glue of art glitter glue. This stuff works great. And it dries fast, so that's a little thing you can do at the end there. And I always try to do a back stitch at each end here and then at the bottom. Or, you know, vice versa, like here, if I start here and work around and then do another back stitch. Okay. So I'm just cutting off all the ends here. And you can leave the ends on there if you really want to, but let's do this. And for a topper, for this one, let's go ahead and ink it. Let's do black. So we can ink. There we go, that looks cool. So you can do fabric ones. Those are fun. And just use up your little scraps that you have. All right. Speaking of fabric scraps, I would like to know in the comments down below if you guys would be interested if I started making, I'm thinking like 2 by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could almost do 4 by 4 inch squares. Yeah, because 2 by 2, that's tiny. So maybe 4 by 4 inch squares of just random fabrics that I have. And I was thinking about selling them in stacks of like 2 inches high or something. And they'll all be different. I mean, there won't be any of them that'll be the same. So, I mean, there might be some thrown in that are the same, but it'll just be random. And I just wonder if you guys, somebody was asking me, they purchased one of my junk journals, and they asked me on my Etsy if when I was going to start selling fabric squares. And I've been considering doing that, but I wasn't sure if, you know, if I had enough people interested in wanting to purchase them from me. So I would love to hear in the comments if you guys would be interested, because I have tons of fabric that I've gotten from my mom, who's a quilter, and it's a lot of it's high-end, you know, fabric, and I got lots of it, and I got some that I've dyed myself, like I've done with bleach, like bleach splatters, and some RIT dye. So I have a bunch that I've dyed personally, and I have a bunch that are just, you know, cool, like cool stuff on them and stuff. So let me know in the comments, and I would really like to know if you guys would be interested in that, because I could start working on that and start cutting up some squares and just doing that. So last night I went through all my scraps, my little, I got like a scrap. Yeah, it says scraps. And it's just all my random papers and all the fabric and, you know, stuff like that. And then I got tons of thread that I just save, you know, when I'm sewing. I try not to throw, I should start throwing more stuff out, but so I make clusters. And I might do a video on that soon too, of doing just a bunch of clusters. But I went last night and made a bunch of clusters, and I got some die cuts that I did from my Cricut machine, and I did a bunch with manila envelope that I've avocado dyed, so, and onion dyed. So I just cut a bunch of just different stuff out. So this is a great topper, is what I'm trying to get to here. So even though that's like that, it still looks great. And we could go ahead and you could staple it on, glue it on, anything like that, which I think I'm going to go ahead and just glue it down. Because, yeah, let's do that. And I don't like that staple showing through. So let's see what mess we got here, or we can make here. I have those little half-Z's. This is what I'm looking for. Just a little half cut out, and I'm going to glue that there just so the staple isn't showing. See, I like to keep my tea, and these are great to dye too. And it's just your tea, top of your tea bag stuff. I like to keep those. Those are great for tabs. All right. Making messes here. Well, like I say, you're not having fun unless you're making a mess. Okay. So, just because I don't want the staple showing, I'm going to go ahead and glue that. And do a little ink around. Okay. And just like that. Perfect. And then I'm just going to glue this here. There, I'm going to go up a little bit. There we go. And then the back will pop up a little bit, and then you won't have that staple showing. Okay, so just glue it and leave it. So there we go. So that's one way to do like a fabric, a cute little fabric tag. And this is made from on top of a tissue box. So if you start looking at stuff differently, you can really see different ways to do it, for sure. I wanted to do one more real quick. Let's see. I wanted to use this, and I wanted to show you guys we could do some puff paints too. So let's see. What do we have here? I got some in here too. I have ones I already cut out. Like, I got this fun little chewy. I get it for my dog Rudy. So let's go ahead and we can use that one. Okay. Oh. And then let's turn this way. And that's, you know, it's got a little dog on it. Might as well use it, right? That goes together. So I'm just going to glue it and stick it down. Like that. I think I might round the edges because I wanted to get the dog in there. Little puppy is cute. Okay. There we go. And then just go ahead and cut it out. Okay. And so that's cute. Where's my... Here it is. Well, let's do the other side and then we'll round it out. Okay. I don't know, I'm kind of liking using this up too. So let's see. I could just go like this. So I'm just doing some glue. I'm just going to cut it out. All right, so I got this, and I just did stamps of butterfly wings on each side. I thought that'd be cute. We've got a little puppy here, and I just did some butterfly material on top, and that's the back of it, and some inking around it with an eyelet. Okay, and now I want to do some 3D fabric paints. All right, this one's metallic gold. So I'm thinking it'd be cool to just go with the butterfly here. Here, I like to test this first so it doesn't squirt out. So I'm just going down and up with them. Just like that. And then once you do this, you just put it to the side and don't touch it. Just let it dry overnight. I don't know if it takes overnight, but I usually just, you know, let it dry. And then metallic copper. Ooh, I should have tested that one. So I'm just going down, up, down, up. Whoops. Like that. And it just gives it just a little extra texture. That's fun. There. So there we go. And then you can play around with it more if you want and just do some in the corner here. I know once you start going, you just want to keep going. Just like that. And maybe I'll do this one on the inside here. Make sure you guys can see here. You just play around however you want to do it. So there you go. So that's kind of a fun little thing. So there. So we got that done. I think we got a good amount of examples here. Let's look at them. Let's get them all out here. So we got our puff paint one. We got fabric with a cluster at the top. And then we got the one with the sticker. You can add stickers to it and then just glue the lace or whatever fabric you want on top, or paper. You can do anything like that. And then we got stamping on this one. You can do some stamping and yarn. You can just put some yarn up on top. So there's that. And then this one is just the sewing around with some papers on it and the fabric on top. So you can find different things around your house, you know, like I got the mailer and then the top of the Kleenex boxes and then a tag from your clothes and then another just, you know, mailer that came in the mail. So you just feel the thickness and feel the cardstock and go, you know, I could totally make a tag out of that. And then, you know, like how you get some of these just faux little cards here, like business card, but they're cardboard. You can make stuff out of those. I mean, just there's so many options. So I just keep them all in a little container and just, you know, some clothes tags, just different ones, and then you could do so much. You could do so many things with them. So just keep them and look at them differently, and you can make all kinds of different tags out of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And please, if you could, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting, guys. And have a great day.